The process of coming here, of incarnation, I think we take it for granted. We have devalued and taken for granted the fact that we are here, what we call Earth, a planet, in a human body. And it's important, I think, that we, how's the light? I think it's important that we take it more serious. Why? Because it takes a lot of effort to incarnate, right? When you study incarnation, and when you look at the deeper side of life, when you look at the meaning of life, when you look at the purpose of your life, why are you here? You realize, especially as you get older, as you get more aware, you realize that none of it is an accident. We didn't come here by accident. No one forced us here, right? You haven't been put here against your will. Your will put you here. Your desire put you here. Your wants and aspirations put you here. This is your goal. Earth is a goal. And you have achieved your goal by coming here. It's like, you know, you want to go on a vacation. Let's use Hawaii as an example. You want to go to Hawaii for a vacation. So you book your air tickets, right? You save your money. You get your currency conversion if you're not going from the States. You book your hotel. You're 3-star, 4-star by the ocean, in a secluded area, or you're sharing a place with some other travelers. You book your car, right? You book your itinerary. Then you do research on the restaurants and places to visit. What island do you want to go to? Tour guides. How much do tours cost? How much money do I need to bring? How much do I need to bring to my vacation in Hawaii? How long am I going to stay? How much vacation time do I have from my work? You tell all your friends, I'm going on vacation. Where are you going? I'm going to Hawaii. I'm going to stay at this hotel. It's a great hotel. I read all about it. It's a great hotel. And the food's good. And my friends went there. And they told me all about it. And my other friends went to Hawaii. And they said, well, when you go to Hawaii, go here, go here, go here, go there. Talk to this guy. Go shopping. This is where you go shopping. So you save your money, you book your vacation, and you go with your friend, your spouse, your friends, maybe a group of friends, and then another group of friends are going to meet you there. And then you have friends who are already there in Hawaii. This is great. My God. And you plan and you plan and you get tired. This planning a vacation wears you out. Saving money and planning and work. And you get on the plane and you fly to Hawaii and you land in Hawaii. And you get a taxi to your hotel. And you get in your hotel room with your friends, with your spouse, your family, you brought your kids. And you say, kids, family, friends, we're here. And it's all a big, giant accident. This is not the place. This is the wrong place. This is not right. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. This is it. I hate this place. What is my purpose here? Why am I here? Who am I? How come I only have so much money? Shouldn't I have brought more money? How come I'm at this hotel? Shouldn't I got a different hotel? This is not the hotel I want. This is not the money I want. These are not the friends I want to be with. This is all wrong. Oh, wait a minute. You booked the vacation. You chose every part of your vacation. Within your limitations, maybe you're not a rich person, so you had limitations. You didn't get the best hotel. Maybe some of your friends are jerks. And that's just the way it is. You can't fix a jerk. There's no cure for being a jerk. You can't give them a pill and say, hey, stop being a jerk. And then maybe some of your friends are having some emotional problems and they bring that with them, baggage. And maybe when you go on vacation, you get sick. Well, I didn't plan to get sick. I didn't plan to get food poisoning. I didn't plan to get bitten by a dolphin. Things happen that you didn't plan. What do? The vacation's no good because I got food poisoning. I want to go home. I want to go home. I did not plan to be in a hospital. I didn't plan to fight with my family. I didn't know my husband was going to cheat on me. The weather's no good. I didn't know it was going to rain. It said it was always sunny. Why is it raining? There's a torrential downpour. There's a flood. There's a tsunami. There's an earthquake. I didn't pay for an earthquake. This is a terrible, terrible vacation. Everything I planned is wrong. But wait a minute. You planned the vacation. You went through a lot of effort to get to your destination. Right? We're using Hawaii. You made a lot of effort to get to Hawaii. Am I right? Let's be fair. I'm just, let's be fair. Am I right? Nobody forced you into vacation. Unless you're a child and you're going with your parents. Well, then you're a child. You're in the custody of your parents, and that's, until you get older, that's your choice. There's no choice. But the adults planned everything, made everything. So we can all agree that, this is primarily correct. Let's say it's a fair observation of a vacation. That there's no mistake, that things happen that weren't planned for, that nobody forced you. Nobody forced you on a vacation. Now, if we extend that to say, well, you're on a business trip. A business trip is, very specific. You're going to meet these people. The company is paying for it. You're getting paid. You have a certain objective. There's a certain purpose. And if you don't fulfill that, then you feel like it's a failure. The trip is a failure. So there's vacation, which is planned. And there's business trip, which is planned, but there's more tasks, more criteria, more demands, and it's work. Right? Now we use these and we transfer them over to incarnation. Because to me, incarnation is a trip. There's a destination. Now the destination might be on another world, on another dimension, in another star system. So you might be traveling from one star system to another star system. That's not happenstance. That's not a randomly selected destination. Out of all the destinations, about all the star systems, all the planets, all the dimensions, you chose that one right there, called Earth. And, well, what person are you? What's your character? Who are your parents? What is your name? What is your nationality? Which country? What region? Are you male? Are you female? Are you stupid or smart? Are you athletic? Are you creative? Are you an intellectual? Are you a bit of everything? Do you want to pursue wealth? Do you want to pursue wisdom? Are you walking the spiritual path? Right? This is a very intricate, advanced kind of trip. But there's a destination, Earth. There are multitudes of planets. Earth is one which you chose. Yes, let's say if the trip is based on karma, karmic baggage, karmic debt. Let's say you have a lot of karmic debt. And they give you the option. You can go to this planet Earth and pay off your karmic debt. Or you can go to this other planet, but you'll have to go through several lifetimes because it's pretty easy. Earth is a little more challenging. You go to Earth and you'll be able to pay your debt faster than anywhere else. Or you can go to these planets and they're much easier. But you're going to have to go through multiple lifetimes to pay your debt. And you say, well, I want to pay off my debt. I'm going to go to Earth. Now, if you go to Earth with all this karmic debt, your life is going to be a little more difficult. You know, your mother's going to be a drug addict. Your father's going to leave. You're going to get wrapped up with the wrong people. Right? You might struggle financially. You may never achieve your goal of being a famous celebrity. In the eyes of others, you may be a failure. You may have to do certain things, like talk about stuff that people don't like. You may have to stand up for things that others are afraid to stand up. But if you do those things, you'll get to pay off your karmic debt, which is why you came to this particular destination. This is a destination. It's not an accident. So you go through the list, whether you had more karmic debt and you had a more difficult life, or whether you had less karmic debt and you had a more blessed life, or whether you're a teacher. I'm going to go to Earth because these people are really ignorant and they need help. I'm going to go there to teach. Personally, I don't know why you're here. I don't know. But I do know there's a lot of effort to getting here. You had to plan your parents. You had to plan the year of your birth, the country, your language, your nationality, your gender, what kind of life you're going to have. What are you going to do? What are you going to be? What's your career? What are you going to do? Who are you going to marry? How many kids? Well, let's say when you plan to come here, you planned on having 3 kids. But let's say when you got here, some things happened. Things happen that were not planned, right? When you do something in reality, when you do something, you change something else, right? So what my saying is, change one thing and 2 things change. And change 3 things, and then everything begins to change. So when you come here, when you start to change things, and other people are changing things, and everything is changing, let's say your plan starts to change. And then there are accidents, or the things happen, surprises, and you have to change your plan. So, yeah, maybe your original plan was A, but it's not fixed at A. It's A with all these contingencies, all of these changes, because life is not static. Life is not, we don't live in a vacuum. Some people think we live in a vacuum and you deserve everything and everybody loves everybody and nobody says bad things. But that's just not reality. Reality is things happen. Anybody who's lived past 30, past 40, things happen. Unforeseen things, surprises. Now, I've talked about it before, that maybe in your incarnation contract, that some of these are scheduled. At age X, this will happen. Age Y, this will happen. Age Z, this will happen. And you may know those, or may not. You may know them when you're there, but when you incarnate, there's a memory loss. There's this amnesia, and you forget. Because part of the reason you come here, you want to have an adventure. You want to have surprises. I don't want to know everything. That ruins the whole trip. I want to live by the moment. So at age 28, something happens. You're like, oh, it's a terrible thing. I didn't want this. I don't want to be here. But if you look at the incarnation contract, it probably says age 28, something happens. It can be A, B, or C, depending on how the person's doing. Are they achieving? Are they on their path? Are they learning? Are they growing, right? This is a school. You're learning. Are you learning? Are you growing? This is like vacation school trip. This is my interpretation. This is my interpretation, right? That you came here to learn, to experience. That's why you came here. It's a trip to contribute, to change, and some of you may be more involved and some of you may be less involved. I don't think it devalues if you're having a more mundane life, I don't think it's less important than if you're having a wild life. Right? You go on vacation. Some people go on vacation and they just go out every night and eat and talk. Some people go on vacation and they go, hunting. And some people go on vacation and, they go on the boat, they go yachting, they go surfing. It's up to the person, whatever you want, whatever is scheduled. But I'm hoping that you could see that, I'm hoping that, what I'm trying to get across is that it takes a lot of effort to come here. And we don't appreciate that effort. We should feel thankful that we made it. Yeah, look at me, I'm here. Yeah, my life's a disaster and I've had a lot of tragedy, and that's part of your itinerary. Tragedy, mayhem, heartbreak, financial loss, job loss, unexpected children. So It's all there. You should feel thankful that you are here and that you're living your life. Because that is, in my view, this life is the life that you chose, right? But when we're in the thick of things, we start to attack this life. This is wrong, I don't like this, I don't want this, I don't want to be here. We start to attack our life, our plan, forgetting the fact that we planned it. And it's perfect. The plan is perfect. It's not just you, it's in conjunction with a lot of other authorities, right? There's a lot of authorities. You need permission. You need permission to come here. You need to prove to authorities that you can handle this trip, this destination, this business trip, this learning experience. I can handle it. That's what you said. That's what you said before you incarnated. I am tough. I can do it. And then you come here and go, I didn't want this. This is wrong. Right? You see what's happened? So before vacation, it's like, this is where I want to go. This is where we're going to stay. Everything's going to be great. And then you get there, it's like, this is terrible. This is the worst trip of my life. But wait a minute. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that things are never bad. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you planned to come here. And plans changed and things went bad, sure. But you're in the right place. You are where you're supposed to be. Attacking your life and questioning it is not the right approach, because you should be thankful. This is what I chose. This is what, why? You should say, why did I choose it? What am I supposed to learn from this stuff that's happening? What's the lesson? When things are happening, they're very serious. What's the lesson? What is the purpose of this teaching? And you need to change your headspace to say, yeah, you say, I want to learn these things. I want you to put me in a situation where I can learn this stuff, right? How to be always loving, and how to be more patient, and how to conquer my anger, and how to be less violent, whatever spiritual lesson. So you get the situation, you're in the situation, and it's terrible. It's really hard, it's terrible. Things look really dark and black, and the confusion, you're tired. What's the lesson? Because it's not an accident. So this is my approach. It's not an accident. You didn't come here by accident. What's happening to you is not an accident. And sure, things have changed, because every time you change something, something else changes. Right? And when you get into that situation, I think we need to remind ourselves that we came here for a reason. Right? And the reason may not be apparent. The more you chase it, the more difficult it is to understand the reason. The way to understand the reason is just to relax. Embrace what's happening. I'm not saying, if you're in a dangerous situation, and enjoy the danger. I'm saying protect yourself, act appropriately. But when you're in a safe situation, think about it. Well, what was that for? And how do I move forward? Now, I should say a lot of the times when I talk about stuff, even if you call this the spirit, I don't think it's spiritual. I mean, it's a vacation, it's a destination, it's a trip. It's a reality excursion, whatever you want to call it. I don't think it's a mysterious thing. Yeah, it's an interdimensional thing. It's a magical thing. It's an advanced scientific thing, but I don't think it's all fluffy thing. I mean, I don't think it's a divine thing. I'm saying there's a practical component. Now, when I talk about when I do my videos and I talk, I often add my own personal wisdom, because my thinking is that everybody's different, and some people come from families that are very strong, and they love each other, and they teach each other, and the parents are very good. And those people, maybe they don't need this, the kind of the wisdom part of it, right? And some people come from bad families, difficult families, broken families. Some people have no family, and some people have had tragedies. So they didn't get all of the information, they didn't get all the wisdom. So when I do my videos, I do add wisdom, I do add my own life experience. It's my life experience. Now, if you don't need it, you don't use it. But the reason I share it is because some people, they come from situations where they didn't get that knowledge or experience or wisdom, right? Because we all come from different backgrounds. Some people come from situations where they have a lot of friends and family and parents are great and they got everything. So I think it's important to distinguish that when I share my personal experience or wisdom, it may not be for everybody, because I think everybody's different, right? And I want those who don't have it at least to have something. At least here's a little bit. Make use of it. So we come to this earth, this destination. It's a destination. We've incarnated. Sometimes we're transplanted here. I don't know the exact situation. You could be transplanted. Maybe you went through a portal. Maybe you went through a dimensional rift. Right? Maybe you were born as a child here. Maybe you walked in. You're a walk-in and came in here as an adult. I don't know the situation. But I know it takes a lot of effort to come here, and we should value that. There's an effort, there's a reason. So when people want to take their own life, it's kind of like, well, you don't understand the fact that there's a reason for you to be here. Not just any reason, is you came here. Yeah, things are difficult. I grant you that, yes. There's a reason for that too. Sometimes, for some people, they have hidden, latent abilities, right? Latent powers. Or especially if you're into the reality magic, when I talk about magic, you have some magical powers, abilities. So sometimes a situation is put onto you that will activate or help to activate your magical powers, right? So sometimes a situation hits you and it activates a magical component or activates certain other abilities that under normal circumstance won't activate. Now we're getting, so you see what's happening, we're getting into all of these little details. But what I hope you're seeing is that there's a reason. Everything has got this reason. Right? What's the lesson? What's the tale? What am I supposed to do? What's next? So this is a destination. You're in the right place. There's no mistake. There's no mistake. You don't show up in Hawaii with your family in a hotel under your credit card and it's an accident. There's no mistake. There's no mistake. You have a body, you have a name, you have a family, you have a country, a city. There's no mistake, okay? It's not a mistake. And although that's a very basic thing, it's very important. Right? It's very important you're here. In other words, you came here, you want to be here. You want to be here, and you must want to be here. you should remind yourself, I came here on purpose, and I want to be here. Rather than saying, I don't want to be here. Because one of the strategies, one of the attacks that the system and the cabal will use is to make you feel like, I don't want to be here. I don't belong here. It's an attack. It's a negative attack. It's a psychological attack. It's an energy attack. And if you're not grounded, you start to feel like, I don't want to be here. I don't like it here. And you detach from reality, and you surrender your energy to these other magicians and the cabal and to nefarious groups. And that's the wrong approach. You need to center your energy, ground your energy, and embrace your presence in the earth, that you embody a certain amount of energy. And maybe you came here just to embody energy and hold the energy for the future generation. And maybe you're holding a lot of energy. So those people get attacked and they release the energy. And then the magicians can take that energy and do things to others, attack others, and harm. They can harm the reality. They can change things. They can change reality. We inevitably get into magic because we're talking about a very advanced thing happening on multiple dimensions. So it can't escape it. So maybe the only reason you're here is to embody energy and to live a very basic life, even a difficult life. But it doesn't matter what you do. Your presence is holding energy. And maybe other people are using that energy. And maybe, you need to hold the energy until a certain time when other people come and they can make use of it, right? So sometimes it is like that, people holding energy, releasing energy. Now, if you're one of these people and you get attacked and you get depressed and you feel like you don't belong here and you want to kill yourself, then you're releasing the energy. Now you're not only failing your mission, but now you're giving that energy to nefarious groups and dark magicians who then use that to create more chaos. And you may not understand that, but you should take that in consideration. So, but when you root here and you accept the fact that you're here and that you came here on purpose, and you embrace it. I want to be here. I don't want to be anywhere else. I don't want to go to another planet. I came from another planet. I came here. Right? I don't want to go to another planet. I want to stay here. That's it. Stay here. I want to live my life here. Root yourself. It's very important. It works on multiple dimensions. It can have multiple interpretations. I've covered some stuff that, let's say, is magical and more mysterious, more spiritual, and I've covered some stuff that is more practical. And it's like I've always been talking like this, it's a very complicated discussion. Value your incarnation, your trip. You made it. You made it. Welcome to Earth. Welcome to Earth. Thank you. And enjoy your trip. Enjoy your learning experience. And as you go along, you're going to find help here and there. You're going to nudge people. You're going to meet certain people. You're going to do certain things. There'll be some dark periods and there'll be some light periods. And that's just the way it is. But you don't need to go anywhere else. You don't need to leave. Okay, stay here. We want you here. I want you here. Stay here and do whatever you're supposed to do, whatever that is.